Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You remember a few days ago we picked up our 2007 Mini Cooper S. We got it thinking that it's a bad engine, low compression on one cylinder, so we're going to do a few things to start out with to diagnose maybe exactly what's wrong with it. So Justin's going to explain what we're going to do.
Yeah, of course this is kind of my first time seeing it in the daylight, so everything is pretty wide open. I think we got a good area to work with here, and we could take some of this front components off of it to really dive in. But what we're going to do first, I think, is the best thing to do, is we're going to pull the cool packs on it, pull the plugs out of it, and do a compression check. I think he did say, you guys know I wasn't there to verify, but he said number 3 was 0 compression.
Yep.
So potential issue with the timing chain slipping or getting out of time, hitting a valve. So we're going to determine how bad the damage really is if we've got no compression on all of them or no compression on one, to see what we're going to do then. If we have no compression on one, probably the best bet is to take the valve cover off, check the timing on it or the timing chain to see if it's loose, and then we'll pull the head. And if not, we'll be pulling the whole motor. So either way, we'll give you some tidbits as we go, but we're going to start taking some things off and checking some compression. So here we go.
All right, the reason we really want to try to maybe get this engine fixed is because they're kind of expensive. I think an engine's around $2,500 to $3,000 on this thing, so that's why we're going through a little bit extra. If this was a Honda, we'd just yank the engine out of it and put another one in it, because you can get those $600, $700, $800, something like that. Yeah. So we are going to try to, and this is a low mileage engine, 115,000 miles, so we'd like to salvage it if possible.
And he did tell us it had the timing chain changed.
That's right. So maybe somebody done a bad job on the timing chain.
That's right.
We hope.
That's right.
We'll see.
Your standard BMW cool pack.
Yeah, how did we go from big BMW to baby BMW? I thought we wasn't going to touch one of these.
Hey,
things.
How did we go from Justin and Logan hating BMWs to Logan found this thing and was on top of it to buy it?
We went stupid. That's why. We went stupid.
Change of plans. We don't have the socket for the spark plugs. Actually, I do. It's at my house. It's not here. So we're going to go ahead. Check the timing on it?
Yeah, I think we can take the valve cover off to check the chain. So there's a couple things we've got to take off. We're going to take some more things loose and see what the chain looks like at least. And then we can spin the motor over by hand and see if the timing marks line up. I think that's our best bet now, instead of going across town and getting a socket. Maybe we'll just start there and try that. Worst case scenario, we'll go get the socket and we'll try it that way. But we're going to try this and see what happens. Invention. They probably already got it, but we need something for Casey. Casey has a bad habit, bad or good, whatever. So you see this area right here with all these leaves in it? Every time we take a bolt out, he lays it right in here.
Or let me tell you what he does with flashlights. Tell him.
In the pocket.
Yeah,
every time. So and then he complains that he can't find a flashlight.
So this is 2 things we need from you guys. So drop something in the comments for us of what we could do. We need a tray. A magnetic tray to set up here.
I sell those at Harbor Freight.
Oh, well.
So there's two. There's 2 right there.
Well, we don't have them. Well, we got 2 up there and we don't use them. And we need something to keep flashlights out of his pocket. So if you got any suggestions, just let us know.
Ouch. Hey, but the good news is, look what we found.
If you want to call that good news. It's not supposed to be like that.
Nope.
Yeah, so we got a loose chain. It looked like the guides are rolled out down the bottom of it.
It's common for the guides to break on these.
Oh,
right there they are, sticking straight up at us.
They're broke. They're definitely broke.
I don't know if you can actually see that.
And they're original.
So he was probably hoodooed.
Maybe.
Yeah, they told him it was replaced.
Yeah.
I mean, there is also, I don't know if you can see it in here or not. There's some sludge. There's a little bit up. The cams look decent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's terrible.
Maybe savable.
So at the very least, looking at what we see, we're going to be pulling the head on this thing, probably replacing some vent valves in cylinder number 3 and checking the other ones.
Yeah.
And putting the timing set on this.
cleaning it up.
For sure.
So I think the best bet now is to start removing some stuff on the front till you can get to the bolts on the turbo.
Yeah, I think we pull the front end off the car. And
So we're gonna pull the front end off.
Tell us about
All right, we're raising it up. You can see we've got both headlights out, so you can look on both sides. You got 2 bolts at the bottom, 2 tins on the top. You got an electrical plug in the back, and then you got
One in the side.
One in the side of it here. Looks like a little vent tube or something, or is that electrical? Who knows? Same thing on the other side, the front grille. You got 2 clips right here we pulled out, and then the bottom side of it, long screwdriver Casey, right?
Yep.
Down in the bottom side. What, 4 clips down here to get this out?
Yep.
So that gets everything here up front. So we're going to go under now and see, and also on
These just pull toward the front, right?
Yeah.
So apply pressure, and it pops it out of these sleeves right here.
Yep. And you got your side marker, so don't pull too hard. You'll wind up pulling your lights out of your side markers. So we're going to see what's on the bottom side of it, and we'll hopefully get this bumper off here in just a second.
Did you get it?
yeah, I got it.
Good. Good.
All right.
Oh,
I got it.
He got it. Look. Don't touch the bulbs. All right, front bumper's off. Pretty easy. You think that was pretty easy?
yeah,
Wasn't
that
bad.
wasn't bad.
That wasn't bad at all.
Little Torx heads up here on the top, and the bumper came off. So looks
We'll
clean
get the
still.
Now we're
Bash
gonna
bar off.
pull the bumper. Probably end up having to pull the intercooler and the condenser,
Okay.
the radiator, and then the radiator support.
Well, we're making some progress.
Go ahead and drain it. What are you doing?
Hold on. You got to
Did you
do the
take those
technique. You got to bump it with your hand. All right.
I broke it loose.
Okay.
So the intercooler's off. You've got what? How many bolts was in the front? One right here. Two up
right
front.
here.
Just 2.
Loosen up your clamps from the bottom side and take your palm of your hand and a screwdriver and bash it until it comes off. That's probably
Is that where that goes?
the right way.
Don't question me.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. Pedro. Oh, Logan. What's your face?
Oh, my God.
It's always smart to cut towards your friend.
That's right.
Oh, you
Did not get you.
about nailed me.
That thing is not coming off there. There we go. I can't. Can you take it?
I love the placement of the bucket.
Can you take it?
I'm trying to catch it.
You twist the hose.
Oh, Lord.
You twist the hose.
Who's getting wet?
Casey's getting it.
Who's getting wet? Oh, wow. That's unfortunate. That's brand new.
Don't worry, we'll sift it out. Maybe we'll have that one. All right. Y'all are probably laughing at us. There is probably a petcock on this thing.
Hey, that
we
worked
just
out
pulled the
better.
tube off, but
That was easy.
we evacuated the system rapidly. So
All right.
now what?
Take this off.
What is that?
So,
That's a bumper. That's a bumper cover.
Bumper cover? Bumper.
this is the bash bar.
Bash bar.
Bash bar.
And so if I look up the parts, I'm gonna look up a bash bar.
bar. Look on mini.com. Probably don't look on that. That's probably not the correct website.
It'd take you somewhere good.
Yeah.
All right.
We have, what does it look like? We have,
13s.
You got a couple Torx head bolts here.
Of course.
Hey, Logan says 13. I doubt it, but he could be right. And then you've got 2 on the bottom, and it
Oh.
looks like,
Casey, what is it, Casey?
It might be a 12, but I used a 13.
we'll see. Great place for it.
On the back side, aren't they? I didn't see it. Where's the flashlight?
Now, stop. Pause just a minute. I want to show y'all something. We're not live. Look, in his back pocket, hanging out 2.5 miles. The biggest flashlight we have in the shop, and it's already in his back pocket. So we're into it almost well past the headlight take
Oh,
take
good
out,
news.
and I look over here on the table and we have our first bag of bolts that are marked 1, and there's 0 bolts in this bag. They're all here. Here.
I don't
Here.
put mine down there. I put mine up
Here.
here.
How many is in here?
No, I put mine up here.
None.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's where you're supposed to
No,
go.
he just moved down because he can't reach the firewall.
All right, Justin. Where are we at?
We're here with this exposed. So you can see over here, we've got the piece of the front end that we took off. There's no way that we're going to go back and explain this because it did take some time. But if you got some tools, everyday tools that you use, you can do this. There's nothing really that difficult about it, just finding where everything's tied to. So what we're going to do now that we've got the front of the engine exposed, as you can see, we're going to start removing some of the heat shields off of the turbo and see what's behind it. It looks pretty straightforward once we get this off. Then we'll let the car down, go to the backside, and see what it's going to take to get the head off. But we're making progress.
Yeah, just so you know, we're about an hour and a half in at this point.
Yeah.
So we've got to here in an hour and a half.
Yeah, and we don't know what we're doing. I mean, honestly, we've never worked on a Mini before, so
All I know is that's a 10. That's getting ready to come out of there.
Hmm.
Justin, you want to update them on what we're doing?
sure, things have changed. This is take 3, plan 3. Looking at the motor and how far we're along, I think, and everybody is in general consensus of going ahead and pulling the motor out to assess the guides and replace the timing chain. It just looks easier. It's really tight on that side. So we were that far along enough to go ahead and pull the motor. So we've got the axles pulled out of it. We did get the turbo off. We've got all the lines unhooked that attach it to the body itself. So we laid it down. We're going to put the old faithful cherry picker in here, hook it up, unhook 2 motor mounts. Is that right? We got 2 left?
Mm-hmm.
2 motor mounts left. And we're working on the fuel lines right now, getting those off. And I think there's one air box on the back we've got to take loose. Then it should come out. So I think overall it's going to give us a little bit better access into working on it and assessing everything. That way we know it's right. So that's what we're doing now. We got the old cherry picker hooked up. We'll put you in fast motion and watch us pull this engine out. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Slave
Stop.
cylinder. Perfect.
Free?
Yeah, she's definitely pissing.
Just a little antifreeze. Mercy sakes.
What we're gonna go with?
The transmission's clean.
I mean, I guess just twist it around a little bit.
Well, if we had something to set it down on, we could work on it right there. You know what I mean?
Scoot it back a little bit this way. If you can, because you're going to hit the frame now.
More?
Start
Hold on.
Hang on.
It's hitting on the frame horn, I believe, Casey.
Oh, I see it there. Oh, we've got it in a bind here, boy. There it is. I wonder if it'd sit on like some jack stands or something.
What's your cord number?
We'll twist it towards Justin and then set it down. And I'll point that direction and work on it like that right there.
Okay.
Yep. What do you think? Set it on a few jack stands?
Okay.
The question is, would you ever own a Mini now?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good. Logan?
I mean, it's not any worse than a BMW.
No, you're right. We got it out.
We'll see how it goes back together.
I think the way they put these in at the factory, they get behind the car and push it at about 300 mile an hour and leave the motor sitting on the ground and just cram it up in there.
Sure what it seems.
Because it was tight. But she's out. We're going to set it down and assess and clean up and go from there.
All right, guys. So we're done pretty good getting the motor out. We had what? Maybe
3.5 hours?
3.5 hours in it. Not too bad. Looks like we've got a lot of work ahead of us. I think our next plan of action, we're going to pull the head on this thing, check for bent valves. We're definitely going to put a timing set on it, so we're going to get all those parts ordered. And you think of anything else that we can do to it?
Nope. Just get it back to running. Sometime.
So hopefully next video we've got some parts. Maybe we'll be putting some valves in and a timing set on. I'd like to at least get the engine maybe back ready to put in the car. Not sure if we're going to have some head work done yet or not. We'll assess that when we get the head off of it. Maybe we got a straight edge we could check, see if it's warped or anything like that. But hey, like the video. If you like our content, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya!